The only words you guys need to hear is Kristen Stewart. How freaking excited are we to have Kristen Stewart in the house? You know, for somebody who runs a film festival who honors movie stars and actors, I honestly never care about the moment that Oscar nominations are announced. And I'm going to be honest with you, the night before the Oscars were announced, I was worried that two names were going to be left out, Penelope Cruz and Kristen Stewart. And then I woke up at 5:45, and the name Kristen Stewart was announced, and I said, all's well with the world. Thank goodness, Kristen Stewart, deservedly. Anybody who has seen Spencer is like, this is one of the greatest performances. For God's sakes, she deserves. Welcome, everybody, to the American Riviera Award evening. It's my pleasure to welcome you all and also to thank UGG, our presenting sponsors. This past 2 years has been difficult for nonprofit art organizations, and to have sponsors like UGG taking care of us, bless them. Thank you, thank you. The board of directors of the Santa Barbara Film Festival also, thanks for looking after us. I also need to mention that the Ukraine is in our hearts, and the film festival stands with the people of Ukraine. And we need to think about peace and make sure that peace and democracy are upheld. And we set up a website, SBIFF.org/Ukraine, that all the funds that we raise go directly, pun intended, to Direct Relief International. And Direct Relief International is taking reliefs to Ukraine. Yesterday, crates arrived in Poland with oxygen tanks and first aid kits. So far we've raised $50,000, and a $50,000 matching gift was generously made by SBIFF board member Nora McNeely-Hurley in support of the courageous, freedom, and peace-loving Ukrainian people. So anything you guys can do to support it will be greatly welcome. But this is all about Kristen Stewart. Love her. And to host the evening, please welcome Ann Thompson. She's the editor-at-large of IndieWire, and she's been involved with the festival for the past 10 years. She's phenomenal. I adore her. You're in great hands. Please welcome Ann Thompson.
I love Roger Durling, and it's so good to be back. It's been too long. This is wonderful to be live and in person. So the first time you guys all saw Kristen Stewart was probably in David Fincher's movie, the thriller Panic Room. She was a terrified 12-year-old whisked to safety by her mother, played by Jodie Foster. And you will see, we will talk more about this later. She grew up before our eyes. She played a range of teenagers and young women. She played the older sister, the tough teenager in Jon Favreau's space adventures, Athura, the hard rocker, Joan Jett in The Runaways, the winsome Jean Seberg in Seberg. But it was her 2008 role as Bella Swan in the first installment of the Twilight Saga that turned her into a global movie star. She went on to complete 4 more Twilight movies. In the end, the Vampire Saga grossed $3.4 billion worldwide. And we all fell in love with her. After that, she took on some studio roles. She did Charlie's Angels. She was also very choosy about who she wanted to work with, from Walter Salles on the Road, Olivia Assayas in Personal Shopper, and Pablo Larraín with Spencer. That's how she became the first American actress to win the César Award. That was for her supporting role as an actor's assistant in Assayas's 2015 Clouds of Sils Maria. And after that, before that, she had already been the youngest person to take home the BAFTA Rising Star Award at age 19. You can't get enough of her face. She's fearless. She understands intimacy, the dynamics between the sexes. She can convey calm, vulnerability, the strength of a smart woman, but she keeps things real. And she plumbed the depths of real girl Bella Swan's love for a vampire in Twilight. She's worked with David Gordon Green, Doug Liman, Greg Mottola, Kelly Reichert, Barry Levinson, and Bill Condon, which brings us to Spencer. After 2 decades as a working actress, Stewart has finally earned her first Oscar nomination. She plays the beleaguered Princess Diana in Lorraine's critics' favorite, and it's hard to believe she's only 31. She's done so much. So you'll see, Spencer is a nightmare before Christmas writ large. She is under duress. She's fighting with her husband, Prince Charles. She's leaning on her dresser, Sally Hawkins, who's amazing in this. Exactly. And she leans on her children. She comforts her children. She loves her children, William and Harry. And she can't wait to escape from the prison that entraps her, forcing her to eat and throw up and hallucinate. And Stewart knows how to pull us in and make us cry and care about her and catch us by surprise. Check out this montage of her movies.